Hello, I'm Dr. Tom, and I'd like to welcome you to another Friday update. And what a spectacular week it has been. And I'm saying that not only has it been a spectacular week so far, but we have an incredibly spectacular weekend coming your way. And that is, of course, well, I'll get into that in just a moment. First, what I'd like to do is to talk a bit about the inaugural release of our Financial Friday. We've been talking about this, we've been leading up to it, and Lee Kinney has done a spectacular job, and that is now available for you. I will tell you that Lee will be presenting many different kinds of ideas, many different types of things to invest in or to be aware of or to study and just to increase your knowledge of the financial industry. Some things may fit for you, some things may not. That's perfectly okay with us either way. It's a matter of giving you information from the Global Information Network. So thank you again, Lee, for your outstanding efforts, and we look forward to the upcoming episodes as well. I will tell you that the Kuesters, Peter and Claudia, have done a spectacular service to the club in giving the level 5 test in Germany, which you'll be able to witness from a picture here. And congratulations to those of you who completed that test. And I will tell you that we will be doing recognition for you at the next major event that you get to from stage, because that's such a part of what we do. It's not just a matter of studying the audios and the videos and the books, but there's also the events. There's the recognition that happens, that feeling, that energy that you get from the crowd, from your Gen brothers and sisters for your accomplishments. And the beauty of that is that now that puts them on the path to study level 6, which puts them on the path to level 7 in time to receive level 8 free from KT, which will happen in 2022. So congratulations once again to those of you who have successfully completed your level 5 exam. Those of you who are brand new to the club, it is a major accomplishment. And it has taken, well, a lot of hours, a lot of effort, and a lot of application of the principles that are involved in the Success Mastery course. So again, congrats. I will tell you that also, or share with you that I mentioned earlier a call, the worldwide Super Sunday call that will happen at 1 o'clock Central. The information is in the email. You will be receiving other outside emails to notify you of the call-in, the codes, all the ways in which you can participate in this call. Because on this call, we'll be sharing some new tips, some new nuggets, some information, some announcements. There are some great things that we're going to share with you. And again, for those of you who are new, it is just so exciting and so energizing, if you will, to hear names of people from literally all over the planet who will join us on this call on Sunday. So we're really looking forward to that. I will tell you that I will be on there, Dr. Ted will be on there, Blaine will be on there, Lee Kinney will be on there, and we're going to be sharing some great nuggets and some great tips and some great trainings for you to get, just to implement your Success Mastery course. I will tell you also, or share with you again, that we're in a time of change. And here's the tip for today, the lesson for today, if you will. It deals with change and the resistance to that change. Because when we're faced with change, you see, we are, as humans, historically, we are creatures of habit. We're creatures of habits, and our habits are often based on our beliefs, which are merely beliefs, which are typically someone else's opinion that we have adopted as our own opinion, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or subconsciously, consciously or unconsciously. We oftentimes don't know why we feel a certain way, why we have certain beliefs. Yet we are oftentimes resistant to that change. And I mentioned a couple of weeks ago about how something as simple as receiving a newspaper. However, it's something that I have done for 4 decades. It's something that I did when I moved to St. Louis and had it mailed to me. And the point of the story is this, that I have had the opportunity to go to a digital version of that for 6 months. Yet that would be a change. So what is happening is that now we're being forced to do that because they're only going to deliver a Sunday paper. Listen to this, because this can be you. They're only going to deliver a manual paper, a physical paper, if you will, on Sundays. And so the rest of the days during the week, you have to watch it in order to get the information that you're looking for digitally. So what happened was, this is great, because I was invited to a training on how to use an iPad in order to get the paper, get the information that I was looking for. And so it was interesting. I said, hey, I've got a great teachability index. I'll go. Let me see how long will it take. They say, well, for some people it may take up to 45 minutes. If you're familiar with an iPad or technology, it will be much faster for you. So I schedule an appointment ahead of time. I go there and I receive my training on how to download these apps and how to do the things and how to navigate. You see, because it's new. How to navigate. The iPad itself, the concept isn't new to me. I have one, but the concept of the paper being on this, it's a new format. It's a new technology. There are certain ways and things that you can learn by someone who is knowledgeable, by someone who can mentor you, by someone who can show you the way, by someone who is where you'd like to be in proficiency. And so I learned. And what I learned is that the beauty of this is that there are actually advantages to reading the paper digitally. Not only can you zoom in on things, not only are there pictures, but the pictures are all in color, and there are more pictures, you see, because it's not economically possible to publish all of the pictures that someone covering a sporting event, in this example or existence, they can't publish all of those because they just don't fit. However, they can put them all in a digital format. You see, this is one of the beauties that we've had inside the world of Gen, is that we have the ability to show so much information at a single click. The legacy information that we have, the 10 years of accumulated information that we have stored in this club, they're priceless in value. It's literally worth millions of dollars. So the point of that story is A, there's change. B, there was resistance, a natural response. And C, there was opening up, open your eyes, pay attention, use some discernment. There is the ability to understand that there are new ways, there are different ways of doing things. And quite frankly, some are better ways of doing things. How are you on your teachability index? How are you on your resistance? You see, the world is in motion. Always. It is the one constant, is change. We are in an ever-changing environment. We're at a time when it is a great time for you to reestablish or to reconsider or to analyze or to look at or to study your belief systems. This is something that my father talked a lot about. Because people would get so hung up on some aspect of something, and it didn't matter if it was family or business or personal or finance or money. They would get so hung up, they would cling so to a belief that it would actually take them out of an energetic balanced state, which brought about premature disease and ultimately premature death. People were willing to cling to something that they didn't even know why they were clinging to it, for reasons unknown consciously, just because that's the way they'd always done it. Just because you've always reacted a certain way to a certain circumstance does not mean that's the way you have to react forever. You see, we are energy beings. We are all energy. And Gen is energy. I love the energy inside the world of Gen, inside the Global Information Network. The people that you meet in this club have great energy. That's the people we attract. And the people that don't have that energy either aren't attracted or they don't last long. Because we are a very specific energy. It is an energy of positive. It is an energy of moving forward. It is an energy of motion. It's an energy of momentum. And the motion and the momentum that are happening inside the world of Gen, the growth that we're experiencing at a time when you read about lots of bankruptcies and lots of businesses going out and lots of challenge and chaos and disruption, we have a different message. Because we are a different energy. We are a different group of people. And that collective energy is infinitely more powerful than the individual energy that each of us have. And it is through that mutual growth and that mutual sharing of sending and receiving this energy that we are changing this club and we are changing the people that we impact and affect around this club. And I congratulate you for that. I congratulate you for that, because without you, it's not possible. And you see, the driving force, that energy, all energy takes some kind of fuel. All energy, all things that are in motion, to stay in motion, take some type of fuel, some type of energy. In order to not stay in motion anymore, that takes a different kind of energy. Yet it all requires energy, because we are all energy. And I'm suggesting that the energy that happens, that is fueling this movement and this motion and this momentum inside the world of Jinn, is the energy of love. It's the energy of understanding. It's the energy of discernment. Sure, there's a lot going on. There are a lot of serious things going on. There is a lot of chatter about that. There are a lot of people speaking of things that they know very little about. Use your discernment. Pick the pieces that make sense to you, that resonate with you, that feel good to you, that are pieces of the puzzle that you would like to share with others as we expand this movement. You see, love is the fuel, and that fuel can change the planet. You see, you ask yourself the question, is there a time when there's too much love? And I invite you to consider this. I do not believe that there is a time when there's too much love. Yet I do believe there is a time when people can love too much. And you say, wait a minute, what do you mean by that? By that I mean loving something too much, some object too much, some preconceived idea too much, maybe loving a blind spot too much. Can lead you to a place that changes your energy. You see, I've had patients who were so loving and so giving that they never thought about themselves. And please hear me out. Because it is important to spend some time working on you. It is important to spend some time loving you. That's not to say do not love. That is not my message at all. My message is about sometimes people have to even go one step before that, a precursor, to like themselves. Maybe you need to just start liking yourself again. Maybe you've had to make choices and decisions in order to survive, in order to get to where you are today, that you didn't like, you didn't love. They weren't congruent with your being, with your purpose. And now is the time to reevaluate that. Now is the time to think about, what is the feeling of love? What does love mean to you? What does love mean to you? You see, in that concept of love, then people would sometimes absolutely negatively impact themselves because they were doing everything for everyone else. I know you know people like this because there are a lot of them out there. People that I would see in my practice who would do everything for they would put everyone else first. And I'm not saying to be egotistical at all. This is not an ego conversation. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. This is a matter of working on your spirituality, you, who you are, what makes you tick. Because it's the same thing that makes you sick if you don't do it, or if you do something against that, or you do something with resistance to that, or you do something that's not in alignment with that. If you do something that doesn't allow you to send and receive the energy of healing, then you're actually shortchanging yourself. And so my ask of you this week is to take a look at yourself. Listen to Michael Jackson's song about man in the mirror. Take a deep look into your eyes of who you are. And decide, do you love yourself? And if so, congratulations, keep it up. The world needs more of it because there's never too much love. If not, what steps do you need to take? What do you need to reevaluate? What do you need to reassess? Where do you need to use discernment? Where do you need to realize that your eyes have been deceiving you and what you thought was the goal or the dream is really not the goal or dream that's important to you? I'm telling you, things have changed over the last 100 days, and the last 120 days. I mean, everyone has had a little bit of a reset, or for some, it's a huge reset. There has been a reset, a reevaluation, if you will. How much travel do you want to do? How much time do you want to spend with your family? How much time do you really want to spend at work? Is that important for the difference in salary that you would make to do something that you might enjoy and you might live longer for and you might be happier? I don't know the answers for you. I just understand some of the questions, and I definitely understand the feeling of reevaluation. Oftentimes I call many people's lives the hamster wheel, where you just get up in the morning, you jump on the hamster wheel, and you go all day long, and then you come home and you jump off the hamster wheel. Well, for some of you, then you have the kids, and you still have to do the hamster wheel, and you still have to do the dinners, and you still have to get them to bed, and you have to give them a bath, and you have to brush your teeth, and you have to do all those things, and finally, you get a little bit of time at the end of the day for you. I invite you to evaluate your hamster wheel, if you will. Are you on one, and is it an important one? There are times, we've talked about balance and being in and out of balance. It's okay to go out of balance for a period of time, knowing that by going out of balance for a period of time will allow you to remain in balance for a longer period of time. I hope that makes sense to you, because it certainly makes sense to me. I understand being out of balance for a period of time. Just assess that period of time and make sure that it's not too long of a period of time that you lose some of the things. You don't allow it to have you lose your family, or don't allow it to lose your job, or don't allow it to lose your perspective. Do not allow it to lose your ability to love and to feel what that felt like, because that's the fuel. That's the fuel that feeds us. That's the fuel that feeds the movement and the motion and the momentum that's happening inside the world of the global information network. I will tell you that we are all connected through this feeling, through this energy. We are all connected. Each of us, all of us, are one. And that movement and that feeling of belonging to a club or an organization or a community that has at its very core a training, the Success Mastery course, that allows each of us, you see, the phrases and the words mean something different, may mean something entirely different to different people. Yet everyone has the ability to gain something to move them in a positive direction, a movement in a direction for why they joined Jen. Why, when you listened to Your Wish Is Your Command early on, you heard something, you felt something, it made you visualize something, it got you dreaming again, it got you excited again, it got you motivated again, it got you energized again. Because you heard truth. You heard truth from principles that are hundreds or even thousands of years old. These principles work if you apply them. If you're willing to change. If you're willing to look at yourself through your own eyes, through your own filter, past your own blind spots, past your own belief systems, and ask yourself, who am I? It's a journey. Who am I? Who do I desire to become? What is my dream? That's the question for this week. I'm Dr. Tom. I hope you have a spectacular week.